This game is rated M for mature. Hello everybody, merhaba arkadaşlarım, it's Tea Party here, and welcome back to more Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I like how the penthouse looks, but I'm tired of being in this stupid, stuffy little penthouse. Let's leave. In the last episode, we went to the Society of Leopold's Monastery and rescued one Mr. I almost said Alistair Grout. That's the complete wrong person. Dr. Johansson, who proceeded to tell us about the key to the sarcophagus and what it is, where to find it, whatever. Our quest in this episode revolves around the Hollowbrook Hotel, the Sabbat. As we saw at the end of the last episode, they attacked the prince in the Venture Tower. That's one tall building. And we need to take care of them. They're hiding out at the Hollowbrook Hotel, this little innocuous building that nobody would have even noticed or thought was bad ever. Sadly, their front door has no knob, so we can't just go walk in that way. But there are a few things I want to go take care of first, before we do that. And the first is, when we went to the monastery, we got a bunch of crap, aka these 3 books. I don't need them anymore. I'm gonna go stop by my haven and drop them off. Now, while I continue this trend of going and dumping crap off in my haven, there's something very, 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 very important. And sadly, I have to say it now, even though it's a little spoilery. If you return to your haven after the end of the last quest, when the last quest, it says quest completed, if you go back to your haven and you have not released Heather from the Blood Bond, you'll notice that she is not here anymore. And she was sending... Not sending, I said sending because I was about to access my email, but I want to see the White Bishop Falls. Okay, I just wanted to see what stupid chess metaphor we had this time. But remember how she was talking about all those creepy people following her and you told her, hey, don't worry, it'll be alright, you can keep going out. Well, that's not going to work out very well for her. She is not there anymore, and you can guess what's happened to her. Now, if you are playing the unofficial patch, you can actually tell her to stay inside and out of sight, and I believe she will still be there, which is important, but without it, or if you didn't tell her that, she's gone. Now, speaking of continuing with trends, in the last episode, I went and visited Strauss, because, as I said before, we're getting close to the point of no return in this game. Not to make it spoilery, but just heads up, let you guys know. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things in the game anymore after a bit. We're very, very close to the end. And we visited Strauss because we wanted to go visit a bunch of people, see how things have changed up since we visited them. And the people that I want to visit this time are in Santa Monica, a place that we haven't been in a very long time. Then who am I talking about? Well, nobody but the Vermin sisters. We have not seen them since, what, like episode 6 or something? Whenever we solved their quest line. So 30 episodes later, let's go and visit them, because we haven't seen them at all since then.
Hello, sweetheart.
Well, how are you two getting along?
We're bridging valleys, but I still can't persuade her to wear eyeshadow, and you won't.
Well, what's going on in Santa Monica?
I did get word from the prince. Oh, let me tell him. Be my guest. Therese has officially sided with the Camarilla. Could be a prince one day. And I just happened to find the pendant from the Ocean House.
Oh, okay, you two are pretty weird. If you ever need a favor, come and find me. So it's just... This one's a lot shorter than our meeting with Strauss, obviously, but I just wanted to show, like, hey, it's nice that we did something good in the World of Darkness for once, especially considering how dark this game is and how much bad stuff happens. But it's not the only person that we're going to go visit this time. And that man is somebody who we have seen in a lot of end slates, but I don't think we've actually seen in the main video since, like, what, episode 11? How you doing, Bertram?
What do you need?
I don't even want to ask him. Well, what was the deal with you and Therese?
That was just silly vampire politicking, fledgling. No more. You get used to that kind of thing.
Yeah, I can imagine you would forget it, considering that was like, what, 30 episodes ago? And did you know that they were the same person?
I had my suspicions. What an interesting specimen. But a pain in my dead ass for sure.
Well, it sounded a lot more vicious than a pain in your ass.
Of course it did. As if vampires and women both weren't insecure enough. Get them together in one Malkavian body. And look what happens.
Well, talk about your drama queens.
Yeah, no kidding. Now that the Camarillas moved into L.A., Therese wants the title of Prince of Santa Monica. I guess she saw me as a threat. Funny thing is, I could care less.
I think you mean you couldn't care less. You don't want the job?
I wouldn't want to be the Prince of Terre Haute. I leave that headache to the Ventru. Besides, there's only like 4 vampires in all of Santa Monica. Some kingdom.
Wait, there are 4? There's Bertram. Are we gonna count Therese and Jeanette as 2 people? And well, there was the serial killer, but not anymore. He's dead now. I don't live in Santa Monica anymore. Nox is a ghoul. Mercurio is a ghoul. And there's the Thin Bloods, which I guess most kindred wouldn't count as vampires, so. Also, okay, you mentioned, oh, I wouldn't want to be Prince of Terre Haute. Where is this saying from? Like, where did Terre Haute become a thing, like, a middle of nowhere? Obviously, if everybody's saying it, it's probably not. And the thing is, I know it's in Indiana, and I know somebody who actually lived in Indiana who, like, used it as a phrase, like, and they've actually been to Terre Haute, which is the weirdest part. Like, where does this come from? Future me, put a note saying where this come from if you can find it out. That is so funny. I wanted to ask you about something.
Like what?
Well, he's just gonna have the usual questions. If we want to see the answer to those, we'll see him in the end slates. Now, before we go to the Hollowbrook Hotel, I am a little low on blood packs, as you can see. So I'm gonna go pick those up, and then I will see you back at the Hollowbrook Hotel. It was nice getting to see our old friends again, at least. One more time.
Here again? What's the matter? Can't bring yourself to tear into the neck of some quote-unquote innocent? All that blood out there, and you have to buy the prepackaged stuff. That's okay. I understand. I forgive you.
Oh, looks like I'll actually be showing this, because Vandal has a bunch of random dialogue that he can tell you. Well, what are you implying?
All that power, and you don't even use it. Seems wasteful. Shameful. All these sheep, all these happy-go-lucky 9-to-5 tools walking around oblivious. If 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of them go missing, the flock grazes on.
Yeah, I take offense to that as a happy-go-lucky 9-to-5 tool right now. Well, I could kill you right now. How does that make you feel?
I know you're kind. I know you could do it. It would be easy. But I'm not like the others. I respect you. I admire you. If I had that power, I'd soak in the blood of the weak, too. It's pure survival. The powerful fuel dynasties with the meek's blood.
Okay, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I've only killed to survive. I'm not a murderer.
To survive. My point exactly. Those that kill survive. The soldier that kills the other soldier first lives. The nation that kills the most enemies wins the war. It's the natural order of life. You are a predator. I respect that. I envy you.
Well, pardon my French, but you're the weirdest fucking person I've ever met in my entire life. Shut up and do your job. Alright. I'll meet you guys back in a bit. Won't get you far. This is $400 freaking dollars. How will that not get you far? Now, get to the Hollowbrook. Proceed from the right of Wait. Okay. Right if you were coming out of Venture Tower, so I guess if you're doing right after the last quest, or to the I guess the left would be more natural? What would you say for, like, left or right of a building if you were going in or out of it? Like, I wouldn't know how to describe that. I guess more commonly you'd be coming from the cab, so I guess I would say left? Like, it would only be right if you're coming out of the building, but it'd be left everywhere. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to continue talking about this anymore. Oh, also, I'm a little low on blood. I need to top off on some random person on the street. Isn't this just wonderful? This is what everybody should do with their free time in the streets of LA. That's good enough for me. I don't need to top off entirely. Now, as I said before, the people who made the Hollowbrook Hotel weren't kind enough to put doorknobs on their front door. So we're gonna have to find another way in. They also were not kind enough to put doorknobs on their side door, in case you couldn't tell. But luckily, it's really easy. Just go around to the back alleyway, and we see a little maintenance lift here. Now get ready for some real tedium. Because this is another Bloodlines classic, end of the game, run around in a huge place with all the same textures everywhere and kill everybody mission. Now, I'm going to be taking stealth as the approach for the majority of this, but there are some points where I'm going to have to break that. If you're wondering why this commentary sounds so organized, this is actually not my first time recording this, because I recorded the entire first thing. It wasn't like a recording failure or anything. I recorded the entire first part of this, and I just was not happy with how it turned out. I don't know, oh, okay, they saw me. So that's gonna happen a few times. Luckily, this game is like an Elder Scrolls game, in that the stealth is a complete joke. So, after you do get discovered like this, I just killed the guy, you just go stand in a corner for a few seconds and they can't see you anymore. As you can see, I'm not even detected anymore. So you can continue to run around. There's this guy right here. I don't remember this guy being here. You know what, I'm gonna ignore him for now. You don't have to take out every enemy, but it sure helps. It's gonna be a lot of points where if you don't take them out, they're just gonna gang up on you. Luckily, the stealth kills in this game are like super generous, so also that I'm prepared for that animation a lot because obviously these are the Sabbat, they are vampires, so they're gonna have the vampire exploding animation that you have whenever you die that likes to drop the bitrate a lot. Luckily, it's like loaded in the cache, so shouldn't be a big issue for now. Can I stealth kill this guy without alerting? Well, there's no way I'm gonna alert this guy, come on. Oh, come on. See, this is why I don't want to do stealth as an approach for this. Because it's slow and boring, and if there's anything that people watching videos on YouTube love, it sure is slow and boring. Especially when this guy won't stop. I don't want to attack this guy either because there's a lot of problematic enemies right there. If you see a guy with a red aura around his head, I believe that means that he's using Auspex, which will obviously improve his vision. Okay, there's this guy too, who's a problem. But he's not in a position where you can stealth kill him. This guy run into here? I think he did. I want to stealth kill this guy. Ooh, this might... Okay, there we go. It didn't work at first, for whatever reason. Yeah, be prepared for that to lag the game and destroy the bitrate a whole lot. Oh, there we go. I got that guy too. Okay, that was actually really, really neat. I can't believe I did that. That's a lot harder than it looks. Now, as with all sections that are like this in Bloodlines, liberal use of quick saves. I didn't know what to call that. I almost called it save states for a second. It's not a save state. It does not save the entire RAM of the PC. Oh, they saw me. Okay. That's fine, though. It's not exactly punishing now to get caught. Well, it is a little punishing because, one, you don't want to fall into these fire barrels, and if they push you in there, it's a big problem. It's also kind of difficult to platform around sections, especially when the camera does stuff like that. But, these guys, they do big damage because they have shotguns. Now, luckily, every so often, there's going to be one of these guys. You can tell they're not dressed like the other Sabbat. These are what I'm going to be affectionately referring to as victims. They are just normal guys. They even have their eyeballs cut out, if you can't see that right there. And they're just free blood everywhere. So, it's not going to be too bad for now. We're just going to continue on with more stealth. Now, I think you're starting to see, if you couldn't earlier, why people don't really like the ending parts of this game. Because it's just all combat. There's not really any of the cool quest stuff that Bloodlines is really known for. And it's kind of a major problem with the game. A lot of people don't like how it ends because of this. The actual, like, plot ending stuff is great. How did he see me? Oh, I also need to be very careful. There's going to be a very problematic enemy that can pop up right here. And I do not want to see him. I'm actually going to take out this guy with Auspex really fast. Because he's going to be really annoying. I think he's the one that actually discovered me. I can't get him where he is. There we go. You can jump and attack too, which is pretty useful. It has some good range on it. When you see that, you're seeing the use of the katana. It really is such a good melee weapon. Because the damage on it is just incredible. Can we hide? You can see it is just like the Elder Scrolls. Just go duck in a corner for a second. This guy like right here. Oh, I did stealth kill him. Nice. That was kind of tight, actually. When I say tight, I mean timing-wise, not that like that early 2000s, late 90s way of saying really cool. Okay, I managed to do this last time in the last recording. I'm going to refer to the last recording a lot because it's literally about 5 minutes after I completed the last recording. I'm doing this one. And that once you kill this guy, this part will explode. This is actually where we enter from. You're going to see these guys a lot. I don't actually know what they are. They just look like giant bats. They are a problem. You do not want to fight them. So luckily this one is pretty easy to stealth kill. If you have high enough stealth like me, nobody will see you at all. So you can just straight up just stand there. And it's never a problem. I believe we took out every enemy here. But you can see as the number is going up. Oh, okay, my number is going up a lot right here, but I don't think there are any enemies right here. Maybe they're in this room? Oh wait, I'm going backwards. Okay. That's the backwards progress. We have this big old lug. I believe we last saw him in the Warrens, I want to say. And he hits pretty hard. He's no joke. Now, luckily, he doesn't have that high of health. So, again, with my unarmed skill, the katana will just blow right through him. I want to keep being careful with stealth. This is, I mean, there's nobody here though, because as our favorite, dropping through a hole in the floor. This game loves to do that. It's like Left 4 Dead. I don't know. I relate a lot of things to Left 4 Dead just because I played so much when I was a kid. Okay, this is a recurring theme in this area. Be prepared for this. Walls breaking like this. I'm gonna wait for this guy to turn around, hopefully. And hope that I can stealth kill him if he decides to turn around. If he doesn't, I'm just gonna say screw it and go for the no stealth approach. I'm literally like mashing E, hoping to get the stealth kill prompt. There we go. Also be prepared to be faked out a lot in this area with, I guess the lighting in the Source Engine is not robust enough for this. You're gonna have a lot of sections that are lit up like this, so you might be thinking like, hey, I can attack them and break them like they do. Because that actually is necessary at one part. You do need to break down the wall at one part, as far as I can tell. Okay, this has no doorknob. You have this guy with Auspex. I believe I actually went the wrong way. Oh, no, here we go. Should be able to stealth kill this guy. Does this guy really have Auspex? If so, he really sucks at his job. You can see, like, right here. This will break open. But it's not clued into by the fact that there's, like, a lighting seam right here. I don't know, I guess the Source Engine just wasn't good enough to handle that. But, like, usually that's a key sign in a game of this thing will break, or this thing is different from the other. But not so in this game. Although, that is how I pointed out at one point. This is actually the point that I'm thinking of. Where you have to go into this room. You see this wall. Last time, I couldn't... Like, this wall didn't break on its own. I had to break it myself. As you can see. Oh, okay. This is a problem, though. Oh, nice dance, dude. He's just sitting there dancing in the corner. Don't be scared to pop any disciplines you need. There's gonna be a lot of those victim guys, so... You can refill in blood anytime. I also, of course, I have the blood star, and I have a lot of blood packs, so I'm safe. Now, I believe... Man, it's so nice being able to navigate this area. I haven't played the later parts of this game in a very long time, so normally I'm kind of lost on sections. I know I've been saying this since, like, downtown, basically, but... Okay, this guy is a major problem. He likes to stand here, for whatever reason. I'm just gonna take him out right now. And this guy. I guess it's not too big of a problem to just run through this with no stealth, for the most part. But then you have these guys who do like supernatural damage, and they're a real problem, because they do a lot of damage. Luckily, they're not too hard to take out like that, especially with my unarmed skill. Well, no, not even unarmed, that's my melee skill. I believe we do have to go this way first, if my navigation is not failing me. Oh, okay, there's one of those guys right there. That guy is not one that you want to alert, so I'm gonna use... Remember this mechanic from the tutorial that we have not even used once? You can use it right here. Sometimes they will go follow. Throw a piece like this, hopefully. Because I can't get through him right now because of Source Engine hitboxes. He still can't see me if I do that, though, somehow. Oh, I alerted this guy instead? Okay. I'm gonna attempt... Go over there. Okay, I got him. Good. Yeah, these guys you do not want to have to deal with, so... Don't be afraid to lure them out for the stealth kill. Did anybody see that? I don't think it... No, nobody saw that. Yeah, as I was saying, I believe we do have to go to this area first, though. I don't know why. It might just be extra stuff. I believe... I don't know if this is unofficial patch only, but there is a weapon somewhere. A very special weapon. I want to say it is unofficial patch only, because I just remembered what weapon it was. So, sadly, you're not going to see it here, even though it is one of the cooler weapons. This is so much faster than my first time through here. As is to be expected with any second playthrough of anything. Has there ever been a second playthrough that you guys have done out there that has been longer than like your first? Other than like obviously like the same, it has to be like the same criterion. Like obviously if you just beat the game the first time, but the second time you're going through for 100%, that doesn't really count. Like it has to be the same type of playthrough. I'm trying to think if there's any game that's like that for me. Or like my second playthrough actually took longer than my blind playthrough. Oh yeah, this game does this so much. Where it's just like a random closet, or just like a random empty room you can go into, and there's nothing there. Wait, this wall is different. No, I think we went into that room. Could be worth it to look around and be... Oh. No, this side is where we had to go. The other side just had more enemies. That had nothing in there. Because here's the hole in the floor. I believe it might have been in the unofficial patch. That's where the other weapon is. I'll note what it is. You know what? I'm just going to say it right now. There's a flamethrower that you can pick up. And it is very useful. I believe it is not... I believe it's unofficial patch only. Because I went that way last time and I didn't see it. Now, as soon as we enter this room, you might want to save. You can see it's going to spawn 3 guys right now. They have a little, like, they had a little purple mark around their head. I don't know what that meant. But, luckily, if you stealth in here and your stealth is high enough, you can actually stealth kill all 3, which I don't think you're supposed to. And you are required to kill all 3. I think. Because you see this door behind us? This is supposed to open soon. We're also gonna drop Brook ammo, which is good. Of course, you don't really want to use guns because they're not stealth, and they have limited ammo, so... This is why I tend to favor melee in this game. I tend to favor melee in a lot of games, though. I actually wasn't like that. Speaking of Left 4 Dead, I wasn't like that as a kid in Left 4 Dead, like when Left 4 Dead 2 came out. Well, I didn't play Left 4 Dead 2 when it came out, actually. But, like, I would never see myself like, oh, I'm gonna use the melee weapon, because I don't know. Oh, he saw me. Okay. That's fine, though. I believe if he's blue like that, that's potence. And if they have a... No, if they have a yellow halo around their head, is that potence? Oh, this stupid knife guy. He keeps, like... I don't even know what discipline they're activating now. Yeah, he keeps like actually guarding my attacks because I'm not mixing them up because I'm not... Have you ever actually thought about the combat in this game? Like, come on. Okay, this guy is a major problem. Oh, okay. You know what? That's fine. It's never a bad idea to pop celerity, because it's just less bullets per second in your face. Always good. You also get the funny slowed down sound effects. And then once you take out this guy, not a bad idea to just wait it out for stealth reasons, except this guy is still here. Oh, he had like no health anyway. Now, I believe you can go this way. This is optional as far as I know, but it is helpful. In that, this is a room that you can actually see from the other side. But you can take care of this guy, which isn't a problem at all. And there's another victim here, which is good. Because, I took quite a few bullets right there. I have a few holes in my chest now. Very bad place to have holes. I like the movie holes. Oh, there's also one of these guys. Luckily, if you're really cool, I did this last time, you can actually jump over into the corner, and you can stealth kill this guy. It's kind of weird because you never hit the ground in the corner, you're like sliding on something all the time here. But I mean, it works. Can't argue with how it works. That's like a common saying of mine, I say that all the time. Obviously, like, you can't argue with the results, though. I feel like I say that all the time for Mystery Tournament commentary. Okay. Now, last time I took out all these enemies in this room. The guy's running so fast. But I believe you could just walk through to here to... Yes, the bathroom. Here we go. We're in the bathroom, guys. That's a good sign, like, all... You can... Wow. This would be an interesting way to peek on somebody in the bathrooms. Just hop over their stall like that.
Night owls. Is the human race going crazy, or is it just me? Seems like all you hear is bad news lately. Anybody feel the same way? Feel like the world's cracking at the seams? Why don't we make that the topic for tonight? And if that doesn't work, you can all go back to calling in with the usual pervert stuff. Line 5, you're on with the Deb of Night. So tell me, society going to hell or not?
I think so, Deb.
And why is that?
Well, for one, I lost my job a month ago, and our management gave themselves a bonus for it.
I'm sorry to hear it.
And just the other night, I happened to look out my window here in Santa Monica, which used to be a nice neighborhood. I saw the local diner where I've been eating my breakfast for years get shot to pieces. Can you believe that? Like, no one cares about anyone anymore.
I hear it.
And my neighbor's boy, he's been using speed since he's in junior high. Steals from his parents.
That's a shame.
Yeah, you know, there was a time when this sort of thing just didn't happen. You know why?
Why is that?
Well, because a man could beat a woman and children when they got out of line. They didn't even have to be blood. You could just slap the little bastard.
Ah, the good old days. Why don't you hit the activity room and reminisce some more, Grandpa? Anyone have any musings that don't end up in assault charges?
Yeah, hi.
Whoa, here's a rare event, a female perspective that isn't my own. Go ahead, sister.
I just wanted to say that I agree with you for the most part. Things have really started to suck in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I can't see myself bringing a child into this world, you know?
I hear you.
Except if it was like Ash Rivers' baby. Oh, he is so amazing, Deb. I would like populate a minivan for him. Oh my god.
Yeah, but what are the chances of that happening?
I don't know, but I'm like at his club every night.
Okay, but back to the topic.
Oh, and this one time, I was working as a waitress at this award show, and I served him a drink, and he told me pink's beautiful, and there was like a moment, definitely something there, you know?
Sure, girl, but tonight's topic isn't Ash Rivers.
Yeah, well, that's probably really good, because all of you other females better stay the hell away from him. You know what I mean?
I'm glad to provide a public forum for the whacked out of both sexes. Let's try to stay on topic, shall we?
Dead of Night.
That's me.
I recently found out I was a vampire.
Oh, I was one of those ones, and then it was November 1st.
That's not a joke. I'm really worried about this.
Uh-huh.
This girl at the club took me to the bathroom and she did something to me.
Back in my club days, we used to call that a favor. Oh, caller, could you hold on? I've got Frankenstein on the line. Frankenstein, something you want to add to this conversation? I see. Your rebuttal, caller.
I'm not lying. It happened to me. It could happen to anyone.
Ooh, good point. You want some advice? Wash off the eyeliner, put on something that's not black, and go get a tan at the beach.